Hey YouTube, this is Toxic Ev here, and this is my first of many to come deck profiles. This is the first one I will be uploading, and this is my one of my favorite decks. It's called Vylon Thunder. This deck is basically revolving around 8 stars or 4-star exceeds. Okay, so the first two monsters, Cardcar D, these are really great for just searching and whatnot. Gorz, obviously for safety purposes. One Honest, 3 Mahunders. These three are one out of the 4 staples in this real deck, really. Next up is 3 Pahunders. Again, staples, obviously. They kind of are the reason the deck is here. Um, 1 Summoner Monk. They're actually really great for getting out a card that I'm going to show later on. Or a Pahunder or a Mahunder, which you can use their effect on the same turn, obviously. 2 Thunder King Ra. They're great solely for the fact that they're just giant beater, and again, they're 4-star. Okay, Thunder Seahorse. This card is fantastic in this deck. If you find yourself having, say, on your first turn, you have only Mahunters or only the tuners, you can search for the opposite, or you know what I mean, these simple things like that. Okay, so next up we have 3 Vylon Prisms. This card is the most important card for my version of this deck. A lot of decks only run 2. I prefer 3 because I focus more on the 8-star synchros. Perhaps that's wrong. Whatever, it's how I like to play. Okay, so this card, great. It's just a 4-star tuner. With Mahunder and Vylon, you can actually get out an 8-star synchro first turn, which is kind of cool. However, when this card is sent to the graveyard from the monster card zone, you can pay 500 life points and have it come back as an equip card on a card on your field. So usually you're probably going to do it on your big synchro monster. When it is equipped to that card during the damage step, the equipped creature gains 1,000 attack. So say, for example, you put it on a Stardust. You have a 3,500 Stardust. It's kind of stupid. Or, say, example, Scrap Dragon. If you have another Vylon face down on the field, and you use Scrap Dragon's effect, and say he already is equipped with one of these. If you use his effect and destroy one of these from the monster card zone, you can have 2 equipped to him. So suddenly he's a 4,800 with his effect still, which is kind of awesome. 1 Book of Moon, 1 Dark Hole, 2 Forbidden Lance. These cards are great. I absolutely love these cards. I didn't used to, but I figured, I'll try them out, and I loved them. Heavy Storm, 1 Mind Control, 1 Monster Reborn, 2 MSTs, obviously, 1 Photon Veil. This card is absolutely, again, a staple when it comes to the spells. It gets you all the cards you need, even if you only need, say for example, one tuner just to win the game. You can search 1 Vylon and just, boom, he's in your hand. Summon him with your Mahunder or Pahunder. 2 Pot of Duality, again, just increases your chances to search. Recycling batteries. Okay, these are awesome. If, say for example, your creature with Vylon equipped to it dies, you can actually use this, get the 2 materials back, boom, do it again right away because of Mahunder or Pahunder's effect. For traps, 2 Bottomless, 1 Mirror Force, 1 Solem Warning. I'm not a huge fan of Judgment in the deck because of the fact that you already lose health from Vylon. 1 Starlight Road and 2 Threatening Roars. Just in case you can't get out. Say you get a dead draw or something and you only get spells or traps or something. It's just for safety purposes. Okay, so for my extra deck, we're going to start with the Synchros. Avenging Knight. This card is great when you're against a defensive deck because of the fact that it just has piercing, right? It's awesome. It's so cool. I don't know, I happen to find this card, I get this card a lot, because I end up fighting a lot of defensive decks for this one, I don't even know why. I think I fight a lot of chain decks, really. Now, I only have 2 6-stars in this deck because there's only one possible way you can actually make a 6-star in this deck, and that's with Vylon Prism and Cardcar D. There's not many cases where you're actually going to want to do that, but if you are getting just nothing, you're going to have to. I put 2 Flam Veils in here. Again, piercing, great for another defensive deck. And his effect, plus the fact that if you put Vylon on him, he becomes a 31. And he still keeps gaining attack points, which is pretty good. Red Dragon Archfiend, It's always great to first turn him. He's cool, whatever. Scrap Dragon. I think he's probably my second favorite synchro in this deck. 2 Stardust, 1 for summoning, just normally, and 2 because I find that if you use 1 to summon, obviously you can't Starlight Road and get another one, so it just makes sense. I put in a Thought Ruler Archfiend. I love this card in this deck because there's been many times where I spend quite a lot of life points on Vylon Prism, and I attack with this, kill a monster, gain it all back. Abyss Dweller, screw you, Mermail, that's all I can say. Cowboy, he's great. Maestro, another great card. Shockmaster, just this card is fantastic. Hard to kind of get out though. I mean, not in this deck, not so much. I prefer not to go for the exceeds, but sometimes it's actually necessary. 1 Utopia, just for its negative purposes, right? Black Ship, another good card, and then Photon Assassin. This card's actually really cool. I found a lot of good uses for this card in all reality. Yeah, I guess that's really all there is for this deck. Oh, well, if you want to see my side deck, we have 2 DD Crow, 2 Effect Veiler, 3 Max C, 2 Forbidden Chalice, 1 Compulsory, 1 Dust Tornado, 1 Mind Crush, 2 Royal Decree, and 1 Solemn Judgment, just in case. Alright, thank you guys, and look forward to the next video.